Well, I hope you've had a good day. This is Pastor Scott from New Bern Christian Academy. I wanted to shoot this second video to continue to inform our families about our plans as we continue moving forward with reopening here at New Bern Christian Academy. We are considering everything that's going on. We know that in our own county, the public school systems have just decided to go, at least for the first 9 weeks, completely online. And we've had a lot of people reach out to us over the last day and a half and wonder if that changes our plans, and it does not. There's several things that the public school system has to consider, and they have to do what's best for them. And then, of course, our school, we have to do what's best for us. Several things that you need to know. Number one, the public school systems and then private schools are governed by two different bodies, two different boards, and so we do not always have to align with our compliance with them, number one. Number two, the public school system had some things to consider that we do not have to consider. Things like transportation, things like meal service, and so on. And so to do the hybrid model like they were planning to do with the transportation and how complex that would be, at least for this time, they've decided to go strictly online for the first 9 weeks. But please know that New Bern Christian Academy is continuing to move forward, planning on starting our on-campus classes, strictly on-campus classes, on August the 12th. Now, with that being said, some may take that as us not taking COVID-19 and the coronavirus seriously, and I want to reassure you that we are taking it very seriously. But I do have a strong opinion on this, that you can take something seriously and not let it completely consume everything that you decide to do. So we are planning and believe confidently that we can operate with a safe and sanitized environment for our kids that is appropriate for the hour that we are living in and appropriate for the challenges that we face. I think knowledge helps us with some of these things. It was the American Academy of Pediatrics that recommended that schools and students rather return to schools because children do not spread the virus as much as adults do. It's a fact that children from 1 to 18 only account for right at 1% of all the COVID-19 cases, according to the Heritage Foundation and the CDC. When children do contract COVID-19, the coronavirus, their symptoms are typically very, very mild. COVID-19 mortality rate among those that are 0 to 19 is 0.03%, according to the American Academy of Pediatrics. And so there's so many other facts, and some of these are some that I've gathered even from friends who are researching a lot of these things as well. And I want you to know something, that we are doing our research. We have put together a great team, and we're continuing to keep our thumb on the pulse of what's going on during these days, so that we can understand exactly what we need to do and move forward with confidence. And so with that being said, we are moving forward with confidence. Last week I shot a video and I told you some of the things that we are doing, and I'll just remind you quickly about those. We'll be taking temperatures every morning with a no contact thermometer. Every time a kid comes on campus, they'll have their temperature taken. There'll be a weekly waiver that'll be filled out by the parent to ensure that their child has not had any symptoms or run a fever throughout the weekend. There will be designated bathroom areas for each grade in the cafeteria. There will be lunch times that are expanded to comply with not a social distance policy, but a no contact, and at least we're spreading things out, a policy to spread things out. Our middle school and high school classes will not be changing classes, and our teachers have been on campus today and trying to make sure that we know exactly where each class is going to be and where they will stay. There'll be a limited amount of traffic in the hallways. All students have to have a face mask, and I want to make sure you understand what I mean by that. They need to have a face mask just in case we have to quarantine the younger ones, just in case we have to quarantine someone. But those that are in middle school and high school will have to wear a mask when they are moving, when they're on the move, when they are transporting from one place to another, one class to lunch, from class to the restroom, from class to chapel, things like that, which again, the movement in the hallway activity is going to be limited, but when they are moving, they will be wearing masks. The classrooms will be sanitized 2 times every day. with a product that'll be safe for the kids, and yet it'll fight viruses like the coronavirus. Hand sanitation stations will be everywhere. Water fountains will not be in use, and we are working on a plan to allow our kids to have water on campus. They won't be able to use the water fountains, of course, to make sure our young people stay hydrated. No visitors and parent access in the school building. There'll be limited access to the office, and so again, we are trying to do everything we can, as I mentioned last week, to make sure we keep our kids safe. Now, some have asked, what gauges are you using to make these decisions, and at what point would we change courses? And just like everyone, just like the public school system, just like our own governor and county officials, just like other private schools, we are looking at trends. We have kind of a rubric that we are looking at trends. We're looking at our own county. We're looking at things that are happening in our state. We're listening to health officials. We're following the CDC, and then we're following other Christian schools that are very, very similar to us. And so we do have a plan to follow these this rubric, these kind of markers, as some people have said, to help us make these decisions. Now, a couple of things that we will be using in our lower elementary, from kindergarten all the way through 4th grade, all of the desks, because of how we're setting up the rooms, there will be plexiglass at all the kindergarten tables and at each one of the desks. I think that will help with some of the prevention of some things, and again, it's just one of those safety precautions that we are putting up. We are, again, trying to sanitize everything. We have additional staff that we've hired to come alongside and to help us with this. And so just be rest assured that we're doing everything we can at New Bern Christian Academy to offer a safe and sanitized environment. Now, the big question most people have is, what is your plan if one of the children from our school has the coronavirus? And so our task force, again, is meeting tonight after church, and we will continue to meet, but we are formulating our plan, and next week we will actually release a written statement about what we are going to do as a school, so that you can have some confidence and comfort that we know exactly what we're going to do and how we're going to handle every situation. Now, I know you're also curious about what we're going to do for our orientation. Normally we have an auditorium packed, filled with parents, grandparents, kids alike, and there's 600 people on campus, and the hallways are packed and the classrooms are packed, and of course we can't do that. So what we're doing this year is the week the school starts. We start on the 12th, so on the 10th and the 11th, Monday the 10th and Tuesday the 11th, we will have an open house style orientation. Monday the 10th will be for our elementary, and that will be a floating open house from 5 o'clock to 8 o'clock. It'll give you an opportunity to meet and greet with your teacher, and then also for your young person to see their classroom and so on. All the information that we normally would give out during the orientation, we will shoot a video similar to this, and we will send it out to our school family, so that way you can go back and watch it over and over again, because I know you just love to get that information at orientation. And so that's going to be the best way. And also on Monday and Tuesday will be from middle school and high school, again floating from 5 o'clock to 8 o'clock. It will allow us to control how many people are in the building at one time. And so that's the purpose of that, and we'll give you some more information about our open house / orientation next week. Okay, one more thing before I close. If you have enrolled your student, if you fill out the application, your student is enrolled, but because of all the events, and maybe you guys have had a change of heart or something's just changed in your family, and we understand, and you've enrolled your student, but you are not planning on attending, we need to know ASAP. The phone's ringing off the hook, and we have waiting lists in many of our classes. And so right now, any spots that are available, we have people that are very interested in filling those spots. And so if you have enrolled but you are not planning on attending, please contact our office. That would be a help. But of course, we hope that you are planning to attend, because we do believe that we're going to do everything we can to keep our young people safe. Let me just say as I close, thank you for your prayers, for your trust, for your support during these days. These have not been easy days, but I do believe that God is doing something very, very special, and will do something special this year at New Bern Christian Academy. We look forward to seeing you all in a few weeks. Have a great evening. God bless.